Everyone, welcome back to The Healthy Human. Today's video is all going to be about creating your own meal plan. Now, I've got my notes here on the side, so if you see me glancing over here, that is just why. So meal planning is something I'm super passionate about. Creating something that's completely individualized. It's my likes, all the foods I love, foods that make me feel good, foods that fuel my workouts. And I do this, weekly. It is something that I've become better at and become obviously more knowledgeable about as time goes on, and I find out what works for my body. So today I'm going to teach you how to create your own meal plan so you can feel amazing and love your nutrition. So the first step is to figure out what foods you do and don't like. So obviously there's no point putting foods you hate in your meal plan because you're not going to enjoy it and it's not going to last. For example, if you really hate a certain type of vegetable, but everyone else is eating it and they say it's great for you, I just don't see why you should put it in your meal plan. You don't need to go on your meal plan. Just because everyone else is eating it doesn't mean you have to. There are plenty of other things you can substitute for it. Also, if you love chocolate, make sure you include chocolate. Because if you cut that out, you are going to crave that all the time. And you're not going to enjoy the fact that you are preventing yourself from having this delicious food. So for me personally, I love meat. So I have meat for lunch and dinner. I love smoothie bowls for breakfast and oats. I always have protein powder, but I love chocolate. So I have Oreos. I have Oreos every day at the moment. I love ice cream, so I make sure to include some ice cream every once in a while. I love fruit. Fruit's always in. Foods that I don't really eat, I'm lactose intolerant, so I try to reduce those kind of foods from my diet. There's not too many foods I hate, but obviously there are foods that I would prefer just not to eat, so I just don't eat them. And I, as a result, love the food that I'm currently eating. So figure out what foods you like and don't like. That is the first step. Now, the second step is to define your goal. Now, are you looking to gain weight? Are you looking to lose weight? Are you looking to maintain your weight, less sugar or less processed foods? Are you looking to include more vegetables in your diet? What do you want? Why do you want to do this? What's the end result? Do you want to drink less sugary drinks? So figure out what kind of goal you want, and then we can figure out how to make your meal plan around that goal. Next tip is something super important, which I feel like a lot of people forget about, is figuring out when you're hungry. So obviously, if you are starving at as soon as you wake up in the morning, but you're like, oh, I shouldn't eat now. I should, for example, intermittent fasting, can't eat till after 12, I'm not going to eat, I'm just going to wait till later on. You will be starving and depriving yourself of those foods. If you're hungry at 8 a.m, as soon as you wake up, eat. And if you find that you're not hungry, for example, after 7 p.m, because you just not eat an early dinner or something like that. Or if you're always hungry at that time between, it's 5-ish, it's not quite dinner time, but it's kind of late enough that you don't want to eat something so large, and just have something to eat. Find out when you're hungry and when you get your cravings as well. So for example, if you crave chocolate at an hour after you've had breakfast and you just can't get rid of this craving, you love it so much and you need to have chocolate, but you've been stopping yourself because chocolate, have a piece of chocolate, just have it and feel satisfied, and then move on and go back to your work, go back to whatever else you're doing. So that is my next tip, is figuring out when you're hungry and figuring out when you have cravings. Honestly, including that and working out your meal timing around those things, honestly, has been such a life changer for me. My next tip is to write down your schedule. So obviously this kind of goes hand in hand with kind of when you're hungry, because when you're hungry, you might not always be able to eat. So write down your schedule when you go to work, when you study, when you work out, other commitments, anything like that. Write down those things, figure out when you have time to eat and when you'll be able to eat. And then you can work out whether you need a larger meal at this time because you haven't eaten all day because of work, or if you work out at 8 p.m. at night and you get home at 9, make sure to always leave a little something afterwards so you can eat after your workout to make sure, you replenish your energy and it's good for your muscles and all of that. So figuring out what your schedule is, when you have time to eat, a larger meal, when you need something quick and on the go, I find that's also super helpful as well. The next one is to write out some meals. So think up some meals you enjoy, some meals that could potentially work. For example, if you rush out the door every morning to go to work, then you'll need something quick and easy to eat beforehand. Smoothie, quick bowl of cereal, some toast, anything kind of like that. If you generally like to spend time cooking your dinner, then you can make something a bit more fancy, something that takes a little bit more time. What if you, for example, you're always super hungry after dinner and you crave something kind of sweet? Maybe you make up a meal of some sort of, ice cream with fruit and, some extra berries or something like that. So figuring out what kind of meals. And also if you are working out and you need to have some sort of protein after your workouts, schedule some protein at your post-workout times. So think up some meals which you can have, some meals that you'll enjoy, some quick meals, some ones that you can cook at home, meals on the go, quick snacks, treats and all that kind of thing. The next tip is to make a shopping list. Obviously you've got your meals out, or you've thought of some ideas. Write yourself a shopping list so you can go to the shops and know exactly what you need to buy. And then you're not feeling a bit lost and any of that. So making a shopping list. And then the next one is to schedule some time aside to actually meal prep. Now, I always meal prep on Sundays because I like to have my food a bit fresher for the week. But for example, on Fridays, I'll think about what kind of foods I want to have for the next week. So if I want to change up my breakfast, I always usually change up my lunch. Snacks, kind of usually always the same. And then I'll think up what kind of veggies and carbs do I want to make up for dinner, because I usually just have meat with my family and whatever that is for that day. So that happens on Friday, sorry. On Saturday is when I go food shopping. And then I get all my ingredients. And then Sunday is when I actually prep my food. Now, obviously you can do all this in one day. I just find that is a lot of hours because meal prepping takes a couple of hours for me, food shopping like an hour, and then planning. It's just by the time, you do all that, most of your day is gone. So I like to break it up. It's just what works for me. But yeah, set aside some time, whether that's on a Sunday or a Saturday or a Monday night, whenever that you have spare couple of hours, prep your food, organize your snacks, think, do I need to freeze anything? Do I need to make up anything the day before? Anything like that. So make up your meals and organize yourself for the week. And that's pretty much it. Now, after you do all that, you should be super organized with your meal plan. Of course, if this is something that you are new to and you meal plan your food and you realize, wow, I really don't like this meal, don't make it again. Change it up. If you find that it doesn't quite work for your goals, maybe you have a weight loss goal and you've actually prepped too much food, adjust it. Change out some of the carbs for some veggies or some low calorie options. Change it up. It'll take a while to get used to and to find what works for you, but I promise you in the long run, it is so good. I have such a good routine now and with my foods, and I know exactly what foods make me feel good and which foods benefit me, and I am a lot healthier for it. So that is how you create your own meal plan and figure all that kind of stuff out, because I know it can be super confusing. So I hope that it helped anyone, and yeah, please let me know if you would like any more help with this. So thank you all for watching.